We have all seen the trailer of the new Mario game for the Nintendo Switch. You know, this one here. But there's one question I have. Who are they? We have never seen these rabbit characters before. Could they be the replacement for the Koopalings? And if so, what kind of role would they play in the game? Well, let's have a look. The first time that we saw these rabbits was near the end of the trailer on an airship. This instantly gave me a Koopaling vibe. Normally we would see them in this scenario, but this time we got the rabbits. Strange. Now we don't really know what their role is going to be, but we can see that they wear similar clothing as Bowser, so there's a big chance that they are working together. Could they have a similar role to the Koopalings? Well, I think this is the case. But what can we expect then? Well, the Koopa Kids are a clan of 7 siblings who act as leaders of the Koopa Troop under Bowser. They use their airships and armies to conquer the various lands of the Mushroom World and then essentially take over control. Mario and Luigi battle a Koopaling every time they travel through a heavily guarded airship, tower, or castle. So they serve as villains and bosses. That's it. And this would actually fit very well with the rabbits. We have already seen in the trailer that at some point, Mario is going to fight at least one of them. He spits purple goop everywhere, and we have also seen other enemies use this as an attack. So I think we will see this more in the game. But what is it? No idea, to be honest. It could be similar to the paint from Sunshine, or maybe it's some sort of poison. Another interesting thing we can see is that this is a completely custom airship, since you can clearly see an iron rabbit on the front of it. But weirdly enough, it doesn't look like any of them. It's clearly designed after another rabbit, and it looks like a female, not a male. Could this be their leader? Well, we can't really be sure of this, but it does at least some sort of confirm that there are more than 4 rabbits in total. Now I have one idea about who they are and who their leader is, but I have no evidence for this. It's pure speculation. Could it be that the leader rabbit is the wedding planner and the others her kids? Mario tries to crash the wedding and save Peach, so it would be fitting. So, crazy wedding planner trying to save the wedding? Who knows? But like I said, I have nothing besides that. So in what kind of settings will we encounter them? Will we see them in the tower and castle levels, just like the Koopalings? Or maybe even airship levels? Well, most likely not, since this game is based around the older 3D Mario games, Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64. As part of the Treehouse Live event on January 13th, 2017, Shigeru Miyamoto was hosted as a special guest and interviewed for the Super Mario Odyssey segment. In this portion of the live stream, he said the following: "We really made a sandbox-style game that's really easy and feels good to control. With all the different ideas that Miyamoto received from the other younger developers and programmers, some actually worried him about how well Mario would fit in to those different worlds, although he was open-minded to all the ideas that were presented. Miyamoto also sought more senior developers and staff teams who had been involved in past 3D Mario titles, such as Yoshiki Koizumi, who also made Super Mario 64, in order to really go back to the roots of Super Mario Sunshine. So we won't really get a linear level-based style, but more like an open-world mission system, and I think this is one of the reasons why they went with the rabbits. We will most likely see them in a similar setting as Petey Piranha. He had 2 missions centered around him, where you battle with him. But what kind of tactics will they use? The Koopalings usually had pretty basic moves, and sometimes used an airship. But that's it. Can we expect that from the rabbit henchmen as well? Yes, some of it at least. We already saw them on an airship themed around them, so there's a good chance that they will use it in battle as well. And as for the tactics, they will be completely different. We have only seen the Koopalings in 2 or 2.5D video games. But Odyssey is 3D, so the tactics of the rabbits will be very different. Just look at the Goop attack. It's way more complicated than any of the Koopalings attacks. The fight also takes place in an arena setting. Overall, it looks very promising. But what is the connection between these rabbits and Bowser? Well, they seem to be guests of the wedding. Could it be that these rabbits are more adopted children, just like the Koopalings? In a September 2012 interview, Shigeru Miyamoto, speaking with Takashi Tezuka, went on record to say that their current story is that the 7 Koopalings are not Bowser's children, leaving Bowser Jr. as his only child with an unknown mother, and the others were apparently adopted. So could it be that these rabbits are also adopted children? It would be a bit strange though. All of his other kids are Koopas. Would he adopt rabbit children? I don't really think so, but it's an option at least. There isn't a clear sign for it, but also nothing that denies it. The only thing we know for sure is that they wear formal clothing, which fits with the wedding theme. But does this mean that we won't see the Koopalings anymore? Are the rabbits going to replace them? Well, this depends. We can clearly see the trend of Nintendo going in a different direction with their game, system, everything essentially. And this isn't any different with Super Mario Odyssey. They use some old elements, but also lots of new ones. The rabbits are fresh and new characters. They can do whatever they want with them, and that's why they chose for the rabbits. Sure, the Koopalings are more popular, but they are well-established characters, so they can't go every direction with them. Now, it's not the first time that we have seen rabbits. We have seen them in games like Super Mario Galaxy, but they are way different and aren't hostile, so this is a completely new direction for them. But will this be the case from now on? Will they get replaced? Well, we will have to wait and see. Thanks for watching everyone, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more, click the annotations on the screen right now, and you might want to consider subscribing, leaving a like and leaving a comment, because that helps me out.
Blah, 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 blah.